It's time for the season finale of the Librarians here on AfterBuzz TV. We're talking season 4, episode 12, and the echoes of memory. Stick around!
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the Librarians After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. We are talking season 4, episode 12, and the echoes of memory. If you haven't already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. That's our basic AfterBuzz channel, but we are AfterBuzz TV's sci-fi, fantasy, and superhero channel. I'm sure you can find us there as well. Yep, look for us. I'm Yael Teagle. It's the season finale!
Yay!
I'm joined by Alexis Torres.
Hello, everyone. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890.
Yay!
Yay!
And you are in the chat.
I am.
The chat is chatting.
They called us nerds, even though I'm technically the nerdiest person on this table.
Whoa,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I
whoa.
just wanted to get a rise out of you.
We about to fight.
No, I don't want. I'm gonna fight about this episode.
Okay, this episode, the season finale. First of all, season finale.
I feel like
Crazy.
it went by so quick.
I'm pretty sure in episode 9 I complained.
You did. You definitely did.
I was like, I feel like we're not going to anything, but we went to something.
And it was so great too, like how our librarians got to better. Which announcement, everyone? Do you guys hear that? Do you hear that? That ringing?
What is that ringing?
That ringing is Yael. Yael, you should probably pick it up because she called it.
I did get some things right.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
few.
yeah, you got a lot of it though.
Well, we'll get to that. Okay, simmer down, audience.
Get out of here.
Let them in here. All right, this episode was directed by Dean Devlin, the man himself. Before we get into the episode, I need to say it. That man should direct so much more of this show. He is an amazing director. I loved visually seeing this episode.
And it was so interesting too, like how we had to get to where we needed to go, what the town looked like. Like it was so nice, but also like, what?
Yeah, the whole crew is amazing, but I there were just things that I went, yes, Dean Devlin, yes, you do that. I want him to direct. I mean, I love that our cast directs and that we have really cool directors, but I want him to do more.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think that's why I appreciate him more, is that he's like, you know what, you guys can take the helm, it's fine, I'll be here. But I'll be here to wreck your world with the season finale. And I'm like, all right.
Wreck our world. Let's talk about Beige World, as I'm calling it.
It's so interesting, and I love how it's just called The Company.
Yes.
Oh, yes, The Company.
The company. And
So
the
stupid.
restaurant was Fat and Flour.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's disgusting.
Sounds delicious.
You can have, I mean, I know what you mean, but no. I mean, you could have found something else more bland than fat. Well, no, I guess that would be like the most bland thing that you can think of is fat and flour. I was trying to think of like oatmeal or like grits or something.
Cream of wheat.
There you go.
Wheat and flour.
Oh.
It is a
I made myself
gluten
sick. I was like,
nightmare.
Sorry.
Sorry, people with celiacs, you are not coming.
Yeah.
So we go to this world and we have to find our librarians and save them and have them remember. And they all were dreaming about the library, and Cassandra's even doodling.
I mean, it makes sense because they've been doing this for so long. They've been their certain way. Like, you can't just like flip a switch and they're just completely different people. That's not how that works. Even though I love the jobs that they were in, I thought they were funny.
I was really expecting Stone to be less
Persuasive?
not persuasive, but like
Or persuaded? You know what I mean.
charismatic as a salesman. Like,
I mean, that commercial was awful.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, every other person we met was like monotone, and he was like, I'm gonna sell you a car. Smile. Too much emotion.
How dare you? I guess because he has to sell you a car to people who are bland.
Yeah, but he has to sell the car. There's a car. You could have this one. Or
I was
the
surprised
same
that they
one.
were in different colors. That's what caught me by surprise. I was like, isn't this place bland? Why do you have a red, green, dark blue? Like, everything should be beige.
Yeah.
Or white. Like, come on.
You know, like real world where everyone drives white, silver, black cars. I drive a red car.
Yeah, I was like, well, I drive a black car, but she's called Catwoman, so it fits.
That's fair.
Thank you.
So then we go find Cassandra, and then, of course, Mr. Ezekiel.
I mean,
It's perfect.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
so
like
perfect.
it fits really well because you can't really put him in like a bland job and him being like this monotone person.
Yeah.
I feel like he fits.
He has showmanship.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
a bland world.
It's funny, and it's just people falling down, which is actually pretty close to our entertainment now because we
Yeah.
love people we love fails.
That's
so.
true. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I wasn't even patched in. So, hey, it's Brianna from the booth.
Hi, Brianna.
That was great.
It's your guardian.
Yay! Oh, she's the guardian of the studio.
I think she's the library. She's gonna
Stop
kill
it,
us.
Brianna. Tell us
Go
how
on.
you
No,
feel.
I was gonna say it reminded me of Idiocracy with Ouch My Balls.
Oh.
It was like headed towards
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of world.
I didn't even think about that. That's really funny.
There was a moment in this episode that reminded me of Doctor Who, and now I can't think of it, but I'm sure it'll come to me during this
Yeah,
episode.
we have the entire episode.
I know. Thank you, Brianna.
That was awesome.
I loved the moment where they have to go in and save Eve, and they have to figure out what they're good at. And Stone is like, they're like, you're really good at architecture, and he's like, what is that gonna help us? This building was built
I
in
know. I
this
was
year.
like, okay, all right, Stone.
But then they told Cassandra, you do this thing with your hands, and then something happens, and then she's like, what?
I thought that was really funny.
That
She's
made
like,
me so happy.
oh my gosh! And I love how they're all looking at her like, okay.
What do you
yeah.
see? She's like, everything.
It's like that one crazy friend. You're like, tell us more, I guess.
And then when Ezekiel's trying to break in, and they were like, do you know what you're doing? He's like, no. And he opens the door.
Even though he was practicing opening up that like
Lock.
that lock back at in his room, and I was like, okay.
I really liked seeing them re-come together.
Oh yeah, it was adorable, and it was just it really showed how like it wasn't just like who are you? It was kind of just like I know you from somewhere, and I was like, yeah, you do.
Oh, when Ezekiel was like, I don't know if I could do this, Cassandra. And she's like, I think you can, because you know my name.
Yeah, because at first I was like, has he ever known her
and
name?
When did that happen?
Yeah, I'm like, did I miss that? And I like tried to go back, and I was like, nope. Continued.
So the one line before she explains it, you rewound?
No, I didn't know. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna rewind it and find out. And I was like, oh, I guess I didn't have to do that now.
So good.
Yeah.
So then we have Flynn and Baird. They're in an asylum.
I think that's really cool, though.
I thought that was a very clever idea that anyone who starts questioning gets
locked up.
Because that would be the equivalent of mental illness in that world.
Yeah, because it would just be like, oh, you're crazy for thinking at all. So, yeah, go.
Why is it called The Company? What do they do? Too many questions.
Yeah, get out. Go. We have to lock you up now. You're too smart for your own good.
And we have our memory palace thing. Sherlock, anyone?
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I went, Mind Palace? I've seen Sherlock.
Someone is telling us something.
Here's my question about her memory palace.
Okay, go.
So Spear, here kitty kitty, the lions,
Arc.
I was like the thing with the face melting. That's where my mind went, was Indiana Jones.
Nice. Whatever helps you remember.
Thank you, Brianna. Arc. Here kitty kitty is where I got stuck.
Maybe she's a cat person.
Look, girl knows.
I know.
I love cats. Can't not bring them up. I'm confused as to, by the end, all she could remember was, here, kitty, kitty. When has she ever spoken to those lions
We
like
were just
that?
not, the cameras and then the fans were not present when she called these beautiful lions kitty kitties. So clearly, there was a thing that we didn't know about, and now we know. And it's adorable. I love it. I love seeing the soft side of Baird. It's adorable.
I just, at the end when they tethered, I really expected her to be like, kitty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know. It is kind of
acknowledge
weird.
it.
Yeah, it was a little weird. But we also didn't know if she actually knew what was happening until she came out. And I was like, okay. But you wanted it at that point in time where she was already walking down the stairs?
No, I just wanted us to acknowledge that she somehow refers to these cats as cats. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It just was so, because it was like, yes, the spear. The arc.
Here, kitty, kitty. I couldn't help it. I kept squeaking. I was like, "Mom, Baird, you're so cute."
I love cats. That was my note from my memory box.
I love cats.
Cats. The scenes. them together in the asylum was so cute.
Oh, the two of them?
Yes.
I didn't think he was going to be in there. I was really surprised.
Oh.
I thought he was just going to try and reach after because there was a TV in that room. So I thought he was going to try and come
reach
back
out again?
Yeah.
I thought the ring of the TV was very, very clever.
And I also technically called that part. I was like, there's an artifact that we don't know that's going to help them try to get the library back. And technically it was his ring. So I will take that.
Wonderful.
I need it.
That felt very Doctor Who-y to me.
Yes.
For those who don't remember Blink, which is everyone's favorite episode.
I mean, yeah. But also
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
Don't do it.
But go see it if you haven't. And if you have, right?
Yeah. It did remind me of that.
Yeah.
For sure. I was expecting things to be happening, and I'm glad that they didn't in that way.
Yeah.
I still have nightmares about the episodes.
Great episode. Doctor Who, Blink, go check it out. Okay, so not now. We're
talking
doing
about
an
the
after
librarians.
show.
What's happening? Stop.
All right.
What?
Where was I? Oh, them in the asylum. Okay. Ooh, there's so much to talk about.
Okay, wait.
We're in the asylum.
Okay.
So when Flynn is being attacked by the orderlies, and his instinct is to do this fight, dancey, escapey thing. My thought then was somebody's going to, because at this point Baird has no memory.
Right.
I was like, somebody's going to start coming at her, and she's just going to instinctually fight and defend, and then remember.
Yeah, I was sad that we didn't get to see Baird in like action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's also been a while since we've seen Baird in like full. Well, no, that's not true. How many episodes was that?
Which one?
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to remember when her last fight scene was.
Oh man,
Nicole, I think. Yeah.
No, like last episode?
Was she fighting in the last episode?
No, they were like talking.
Yeah.
She
no,
fought in the
no. No, I know.
Sorry.
No, go
She
ahead.
fought in the episode. Yeah, in
No, I'm good.
the last one because
No.
she fought the
Oh, well, I mean,
Jenkins, not Jenkins, Library Jenkins.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. No. I meant like a full on.
No, we made a fight. No, okay.
The
So
last when she was trying to partner up with Nicole and they were fighting.
yeah,
off
I
thingies,
think
that's what I
that's
meant.
the last time. Yeah. So
Yeah.
last episode was they all fought in their Hunger Games. Episode before that, they were all attacked by the book by Jeff, that dude named Jeff.
Stupid. My name's Jeff.
So like, it's been at least 3 episodes since she's done some physical action-y, kicky fighties.
But I did love the scene, excuse me, of Flynn like acting like a fool, like, and she's just sitting there and watching and giggling. I thought that was really cute. I think someone said that in the chat.
Something you liked? Someone said in the chat. I think Alexis liked this.
Yes. No. That always obsessed said, I love that Bear just sat and laughed at his antics. It melted my heart.
Oh, it was really cute to see them. And I thought when he was talking to her in the common area of the asylum,
Yeah.
I thought that he was trying to get her to remember without saying it. Like, I thought he remembered, but was like, for some reason, if
No,
he
like,
just says,
yeah.
there's a library, it could, like, make her brain explode or something. But he was like, don't
What
you
is this,
feel
Mars
like there's... I don't know!
I was like, what is this, Mars
Girl,
attack?
I don't know the rules of Beige World.
I mean, no, you're right. It's better to be cautious than
Yeah,
not.
like,
I give you
because
that.
she needs to remember, not be told that this thing exists.
Greek E. Jones. Nice. Maybe because the lion symbolized herself as the guardians of the entrance. So she just, I don't know.
Does she think of herself as a cat?
I mean, like,
I was going to say something dirty and I didn't.
I'm so proud of you.
But it was so good!
Yeah, no.
I'm sure you can all figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway.
So they're in the asylum and she goes to his room.
Which I was like, I'm sorry, this asylum is really lenient because you shouldn't be wandering anywhere.
So my thought was she like snuck into his room, which I totally got, but then she let the door lock and I went, girl, you both locked in now.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because like she stuck her foot in the door so that it wouldn't close. Makes sense. But now you're inside and you didn't wedge it open. You're locked in.
I think she probably forgot while she was acting.
Why am I here?
No. She was like as an actress, she was just like, oh, I need to do my line. Like moved her foot and just like forgot.
No, I thought it was that she forgot because her character.
Yeah,
forgot.
because you forget things.
Where
Yeah.
am I? What do you want to tell me?
I'm gonna say a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
I like it. And then we see his memory wall, his palace in real life.
That was really cool.
Did we know he could draw? And how come sometimes he could draw well and sometimes he could not?
He has off days.
It was like right after he gets zapped, he draws worse.
Sure. I mean, also, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. He was hit with a freaking bowling ball in a bag. Like, maybe it just really messed him up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I know. She literally just grabbed it and went smack. And I was like, how is he not dead?
Yeah.
That thing is heavy.
I think that's how you kill someone, people.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
know. We're just saying. We're guessing here.
Oh, Lord.
I really enjoyed them kissing and remembering, and like,
Oh, that was so
it was
cute.
so beautiful. And then they wanted to lobotomize him and her.
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, we're getting to the sucker punch real quick.
Yes, I saw.
But then I
Sucker
wanted.
Punch.
Oh, nice. I mean, come on.
Yes, I saw it.
Come on. Come on, Fred.
Yeah.
Also, another beautiful thing, which a lot of people are yelling at me in chat
Oh.
now, is another beautiful thing is Jacob ripping off his sleeves. Did anybody else mention? And I'm like, yes, we should probably talk about that. I was
Let's
trying to
discuss
wait.
it.
I was trying to
No,
wait.
this seems like a good time.
Yeah.
If you might recall, when they entered the asylum, something was bothering Jacob Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided he needed to just rip his sleeves off and expose his beautiful arms.
And in my head, I'm going, what? I mean, like, what? As in, like, but also, like, wait, what?
Yeah, so based on last week when we had Christian Kane in here talking about how because of the tattoo, Stone is always wearing long sleeves.
Yep.
It made me think that if he hadn't gotten that tattoo, I would get my shirtlessness that I have requested.
Yeah, and that's what everyone was saying in the chat. They're like, why did he just stop there? And I'm like, because we had a mission to do, everyone.
Also, to be fair, for some reason he was wearing a shirt under his
Yes,
shirt.
because I was like, are you trying to look like you have like a sweater vest on underneath or on top of your already shirt? I was very confused. I was like, you should just take the whole shirt
Yeah, just take
off.
the whole thing
You
off.
have another shirt.
Yeah, why did he rip this? You know what? I'm not going to complain.
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
mind.
complain. We got to see his arms and it was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'd like to take a moment, if I may.
Please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody, we have been here for 4 beautiful seasons.
I can't believe you.
I can't believe-
Especially you, because
Yeah.
you've been doing it for 4 seasons. I've only been doing it for 2, 3, I think.
I don't know. I've been here a while.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah. We've been doing this show for 4 seasons, and we are so grateful to do it. We definitely want to thank the Academy. We want to thank AfterBuzz, and we really want to thank Dee Devlin, the cast, and you. Not like we're going anywhere. I'm just being grateful.
Yeah.
Because who knows what I'll see you next Christmas. That's when they come back. in the
Dean, you
winter.
did say you wanted to do a Christmas special.
He also said something about a Hanukkah special.
Yes.
Both.
We want both.
So, thank you all so much for joining us all season long. For people who just joined us at the end because we had Christian Kane here, I suggest you watch the others. We're quite amusing.
We're quite
mean,
quite the pair.
We're not as attractive as him.
Excuse me.
I'm
I think
not
we're
as
both
attractive as him.
No. I meant like I think we're also very attractive.
Oh, we are. Yeah,
Maybe
definitely,
not,
absolutely. We're just not Christian.
I was like,
Girl, no, I'm not saying we're not.
yeah.
Girl, we hot. I'm just
Yeah, I was
saying
like, what's
we're not
happening?
Christian Kane level.
Fine.
Okay.
I will allow it.
We do this thing that you may have missed here on this after show. We are on iTunes. You can subscribe there so you don't miss a single episode. And what we do is we thank the fans who have rated and reviewed us. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, this is the key element to the after show. You can give us 4 stars and write a comment of what's wrong. Is it that Christian Kane wasn't shirtless? You're right, that is wrong.
It is, yeah. We tried, guys.
We did. But so yeah, 5 stars if you like us, 4 stars if you don't, because the other stars, they do not work.
Oh, I'm gonna miss saying that.
Yeah,
with you.
look at that. 4 seasons, we perfected it.
I know, right?
We have 2 reviews.
Oh yeah, go.
Okay, so this is what we do if you write us a review that is 5 stars. Yep, so like us. I read it live on the air. Yay!
Yay!
Always Obsessed says, sorry for the literal essay length review the other week. Yeah, seriously, I don't read. 5 stars. I'll keep this one short. Wonderful job, everyone. This show is a brilliant stress reliever after dealing with 2 jobs and 18 college credits. Girl, you're busy.
Seriously.
Keep up all the good work. We're so lucky to have people like you who are willing to make a show like this. We are so lucky to have all of you who tune in. We are so lucky to have Dean Devlin to make this show. And we're so lucky that we have Maria Menounos and Kevin Indegaro who made AfterBuzz for us.
Yay!
And another review, 5 stars from Lana Vase. Another 5 stars for a great live show. And another review before I've been able to watch the episode. LOL. Girl, watch the episode.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that first, and then come back. We're not going anywhere. We're on the internet forever.
Fun
Forever.
fact, if we get more reviews, I'll convince Tari to come back and read them in a sexy voice.
Yay!
That's
I
not
miss
true. It's
it.
not happening.
Okay, all right.
Okay, let's get back to the episode. So, everyone is back together. They're in the asylum, and they do what I said last week in predictions. They all remember, and boom, back in the library. Everyone kept being like, well, what artifact brings them back?
That's what I said.
What artifact? Magic and memory.
Memory. I don't know, in the mood. Sorry.
There are more words than just memory.
No, there is. I just don't want to sing it right now.
So they remember, and we're back in the library.
It was nice.
Because Baird, being the guardian that she is like...
She's the best guardian.
She was like, Stone, your love of art and history. Cassandra, your love of science and math. And Ezekiel, you're a thief.
And he's like, that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It was great. It was a
Loved
perfect
it.
moment.
Yeah, didn't need anything more.
Yep. And they all came back and realized that Jenkins...
That cut me deep. I was like, I love how as soon as Baird goes, well, not everything. I was like, oh!
Well, Cassandra was like, Jenkins! Oh! Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Look, we know that in Beige World, there never was a library.
No.
Therefore, Galahad existed at some point.
Yes, but did not continue to exist after.
Maybe he may have become immortal and then just lived a quiet life somewhere else. Because, so we don't know what happened. And the people that would have been Dosa lived whatever lives.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Galahad's in an asylum somewhere.
I mean, maybe. I mean, there was so many. The great thing about this version is the fact that it's you can have multiple endings. You can have multiple different universes. You can have it any other way that you want. And you can imagine what the world would be like with our other characters. Because I mean, Ariel, Ladies of the Lake. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could have either just completely disappeared. Or
Right.
which I wouldn't want, or they're just kind of hanging out in their respective areas.
So in Beige World, I assumed when they all remembered and came back that Nicole got stuck in Beige World.
Oh, I did not think that.
What did you think happened to Nicole?
I figured because it was kind of like, not resetting, but the fact that Nicole was not dead or...
And
in an
remembered
area.
that the library existed?
Yeah, because I guess it's kind of weird because for her character, she has so many loopholes with her character because of the fact that she remembers the library, but the library obviously still doesn't exist because
Right.
Beige World is still happening. But it's not enough because
Yeah.
you need the librarian and the guardian to remember the library,
Sure.
but not just some random old guardian. I don't know, man. I have so many questions.
Agreed.
But I'm assuming that because she was part of the future world, she has to be here. Besides Jenkins.
So you think she came through, not Future World, I'm still in
Beige World.
Beige World coming back to the library before we fix the timeline.
Yeah, I think that she was just there because of the fact that she's immortal. It's like she has like this little clear covering.
So in your mind, when they came back to the library, Nicole came back to our world.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank
I had
you.
a quick question.
Yeah.
is that
I didn't want you to jump again, y'all.
Go.
I didn't want to scare you.
Oh my god. That was so beautiful.
I just want to know because so he technically quit the library. Do we think he wrote his own?
No.
So the
No,
library
I-
couldn't tell that it was forged.
It's irrelevant.
Again, loopholes. Like there's
But no,
so many.
I totally see your question. Because I absolutely believe it was forged since we saw that he got beat
Knocked
upside the
out.
head.
So I'm like, who was that? Was it Nicole?
So Nicole did it. I don't know that. I mean, from what we've seen, they literally just write a resignation and leave it, and it's acceptable. To be fair, also, like, it could have been that it wasn't acceptable. That writing resignation doesn't actually resign you from the post,
library, yeah.
because he resigned and nothing changed, and they resigned and nothing. Then changed because of
Yeah, 'cause now
Nicole,
there's
but like, it didn't change in that their resignation didn't automatically instigate the new letters going out to new librarians.
But Nicole did say that the minute they left the library after resigning, they would forget everything.
Well, I think it's just because also
they lost faith in the library.
that they lost faith in the library. Flynn did not technically lose faith in the library. He was just stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
So he still believed in the library. He was just like, I'm stuck in, I don't know where I am.
Because she also somehow made Beige World.
So, but that's also magic, though.
Right, because she was the president of the company and or the world.
I don't know. I feel like she found a different type of imprisonment that wasn't Beige World yet. I feel like he was kind of like...
He was held somewhere and then...
Yeah, kind of like...
Give me the reference.
I was going to say The Good Place.
Yes, go on. Wait, this isn't a spoiler, is it?
No. You know how, like... what's her name?
Mindy St. Clair?
Not no,
not the Mindy.
That's a different thing. Not Mindy. Janet. You know how she's just like in a white room, like how that's like her room. Like that's just
the
like
void.
Yeah. She threw.
She's full of void stuff.
Yeah, like she
I'm
just
mixing
threw...
references here.
Yeah, no, but you're correct. like she put like Flynn in a void where somewhere like magic couldn't technically get to them, and the Guardians couldn't. Like nobody could get to him.
Yes, that's what happened.
It's like a weird like purgatory. I don't know.
We
how
didn't answer your question at all. That's okay.
I'm gonna say librarian magic.
You know, because magic.
Yeah, just librarian science magic.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Yeah.
Okay. May I jump now?
Sorry, Brianna.
You can jump now.
Thank you. All right, so they decide, and by they I mean Flynn himself decides that the solution to the issue is to use a toaster.
Another artifact.
And go back in time.
I feel like
to specifically a fixed point in time where she goes from human to immortal. Just want to point out that we've learned about fixed point in time.
I thought it was interesting that they decided to do that instead of when they first left her.
So they tried to do it when they first left her, but the toaster is
the toaster's like, nope.
The toaster is not the same one from Sabrina the Teenage Witch where notes come up. It's the one where it makes a portal.
I like that toaster.
Yeah, I really was. I don't know why I expected this toaster to give us notes.
Same.
It's like, yeah, that's what toasters do.
Oh my god.
Okay, so they go back and they give her the book of her life because everything has to happen the same. Yes?
Sorry.
I'll come back to my thought. Go.
Flynn didn't write a resignation. Nicole only left his ring.
Ah.
Huh.
So she wrote it and the ring was left.
Interesting.
All right, I'll accept it. Answered the question.
Yeah, there you go. That's technically how that worked, I guess.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, great. So
okay, continue.
We are going back in time. We give her the book of her life, which first of all...
I feel like that's like the worst thing you're supposed to do.
I could have sworn rules of time travel state that you don't tell anyone about the future.
But is it different because magic is involved and she's a guardian, so she understands the consequences of her actions, so you have to give her what she's supposed to do? I don't know.
I'll allow it.
Sure.
So he gives her... He gives her her entire life and goes, you got to do all of this stuff, but better.
Billie Jean girl, I think you'll appreciate this. Goes hashtag brave little toaster goes back in time.
Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, do better.
Yeah, no. I was telling Yale before we started the show that when Flynn was like, here is a book of everything that you've done. I do this to all my friends who game because when they're gaming and they're sucking at that point in time, I'm just like, do better. Just like in the background, like in the kitchen somewhere, just like, oh, you're dying. You should do better. Like, so I feel like that's what he
did.
Yeah.
He went, don't mess up. Okay.
I'm gonna let her go.
Here's what happened. Last week we discovered that Nicole is a diabolical planner and has this real great evil master plan that no one saw coming.
So hot.
It was, yes, the dress was gorgeous.
Sorry.
But the plot and her like entire thing of setting everything up, I thought it was so genius and so misleading and we didn't see it coming. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Her entire motive is that he left her in the past. And now they go to fix it. And the solution is, I'm going to show up, not save you. It's been a while. You were considering becoming immortal. I'm going to give you what you're going to do with the rest of your life. But now that you're not going to become immortal, you're not going to do all this. Or does she become immortal?
No, I think she does become immortal. He goes, you have to do the events exactly the way that it is.
Except better?
Yeah, that was literally his advice.
Except just don't lose faith in the library.
Yeah, that was literally it.
Great.
He's like, don't go against the library, do it for the library. And she goes,
Right.
I'm the library's guardian. And I was like, and barf.
Here's the thing. Her entire motive is that he left her, right?
Yeah.
She's a guardian. At no point would Eve be like, Flynn left me, I'm gonna wait for him.
Yeah, because we got to see that in this season. He left, and she's like, well, I have other librarians to take care of. I have the library to take care of. I've got Jenkins. To help.
there.
Yeah, I know. To help. I have things to do.
Okay. So Nicole, whose whole motive is a man left me and I waited instead of doing something about it, is then he shows up and goes, here's your life, I'm not in it, but save the library. And she's like, okay.
Yeah,
That was the one, of all of our loophole questions, that was the one weak thread for me.
Yeah.
Was
will
her
agree with that.
motivation and then her immediate switch. So we come back to the future, the past, the present, the current.
Sure.
Yep, we come back to the season premiere.
Season premiere of this season.
Of season 4. And they decide to tether then and there. I appreciated that it was then explained that not only did they not have to wait for the equinox, that was just like a traditional ceremonial thing.
But it makes sense because Jenkins was so hard on that. He was like, you need to do it at this time. But the library's kind of like, if you did it sooner, I wouldn't be mad.
Right. You just
I
can't do it
love that
after.
the library's way of saying okay was becoming Tinkerbell and
Yeah,
flashing
it
lights.
was
Flashing
so
lights.
cute.
The thing is,
Uh-oh.
no, just he was like, library, what do you think? And the lights flickered, and I went, that could be a no.
No, I feel like I think it would be different. The library is very
It'd be angry if
specific.
it was no.
No. I think that.
Yeah,
There'd be an
blackout.
earthquake.
Yeah, maybe an earthquake, the world would. I don't know. I feel
Cal
like
would
it'd be
smack
different. Yeah.
All right. And Jenkins is there. He's alive. Called it.
I was.
Called it.
I wish that I filmed myself watching this episode because I literally was just like, okay, we're back here. So Jenkins, like my entire mouth was like this wide open. I
So
was like, what
the-
is happening?
The questions that arise if we ended the season at the season premiere, that means Stone never met Serena, the journalist. He never spoke for the trees.
We might have to do that.
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay.
Serena never, well, she may have written the articles. We never met the nerds. Jenkins never started playing D&D.
Oh no.
Darrington never came into their life. At this point, they don't know that there is a rumor that there can only be one librarian.
Oh yeah.
Everything that happened this season has been negated.
No, so season 5 is actually going to be this season again.
Well,
without Nicole.
I just feel like if this is, I am not complaining. I think this is a very clever way to do it, and it's so interesting. And to see things happen next season, either happen almost exactly the same way, like something, you know what I mean? Like, why are we going to this camp? And they go to this camp and a different mystery happens. Or they read about the camp, or they read about Serena and they don't necessarily meet her. I just think it'll be so good because you've set up that we are now in an alternate timeline.
But I also think it's also really no, I guess because the librarians didn't know what happened. Dang it! Because I was like, I want them to be
Flynn and
better.
Baird know what happened. They remember everything.
I know that they remember everything, but I was hoping because our librarians got so close this season. I mean, they're close in general, but I feel like.
With this, the
with
Civil War.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That the fact that the
Yeah.
boys bonded really heavily and all this kind of stuff, that maybe it'll just. It makes me sad that we don't have that, but at the same time, maybe now Baird and Flynn can finally have a different plan of action for their librarians because they're always not getting along, meaning just like disputes and things like that.
I would love next season to have like the boys go on an outing and get super close, and Baird says something like, "This reminds me of," and they don't have any idea what she's talking about.
I mean, yeah, I would think so because they went through a lot of missions.
Yeah,
With
like 10 episodes.
Yeah,
11.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know
Wait,
what you mean.
Jeff Jeff could come back and try to do the same thing.
Oh, that would actually be really cool to have him come back and be like, and of course Baird would be like, again? And they'll be like, what?
It would be
Again?
really great if the
Freaking
way
again.
the season starts is Baird is like, Jenkins, we need a safe word in case at some point I think you're not you. And then he's like, okay, it's going to be this. And so then we get the Jeff episode, but it doesn't happen because she knows that it's not him.
Maybe they'll do a montage episode of everything that happened this season, doing it the new way.
No! I want the whole season. Again, Darrington Dare never came. Flynn never geeked out. There's just so much happened this season that just now has disappeared.
He remembers, so he did
That's
geek
true.
out.
He did.
Yeah, that was actually really cute. I will give you that.
To be fair, that whole storyline apparently can't happen again because Nicole gave them the time machine. What was the bad guy's name? The guy from Musketeers.
Oh God.
Really?
D'Artagnan. No,
Nope.
I'm thinking of
Musketeers.
It wasn't Musketeer. It was Rasputin.
Nope, I'm not talking about
Not that
Rasputin.
one. Okay, never mind.
But
Oh, jeez.
Rasputin, another episode that never happened.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Anyway, I think we should head into
Prediction.
predictions. Wow.
And now,
Oh my goodness.
your AfterBuzz TV.
That was my sound. Okay. I'm gonna say something that everyone's gonna hate me for. Should I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. The way the season wrapped up,
I already know where you're going with this.
tied up all the loose ends aside from my big question of did it just negate everything, which is
I feel like it is.
irrelevant loose end. Not because we haven't heard. It feels like this season was written to end in case the worst happens, and we don't get a season 5.
Dun dun dun.
Nope.
Okay.
But let's predict season 5.
Sure.
I already predicted that we're going
You
to.
technically, you already
I
did.
just can't have. You guys know how I feel about continuity. I just can't have if we've negated everything that happened, but 2 people remember. Unless there's a time
I'm trying to
jump.
pick my words very carefully.
If there's a time jump, then it's fine, right? Like
Yeah.
time jump to how
See, that was
to after the equinox because
Yeah,
that's when the bells rang.
That's what. Oh, I actually want to get to that point because I wanted
Ooh.
to. I mean, I don't think they would ring because we've tethered.
Yes.
So I think it'd be weird to have an alarm system, even though you're tethered already,
No.
unless the library just forgot. But that would be really funny.
Forgot to turn off his
yeah.
tethering alarm.
Yeah, they're just like, oh no, you snoozed it. What are we gonna do now? But no, I was in the same boat. My prediction was that we were gonna get a time jump. I'm not quite sure how far. Clearly, it will be months because the equinox happened months later or weeks later. I couldn't really tell. It's kind of tough.
Equinox, I believe, happens in March.
You're talking to the wrong person. And she's looking it up.
Someone's Googling for us.
Google it. I'm very curious to see if that means that because Flynn and Baird are tethered to the library, does that mean only the 3 librarians can go out now? Or can everybody go?
Sorry. Excellent question.
Sorry.
My head went to Christmas. That means they never met. Santa's brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also the town is still the safest place on Earth.
Yup. That fairy's still in prison.
God, that fairy was awful.
And we didn't get to meet Ezekiel's family.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would suck.
And solve that problem of the family.
I
The
see that you-
equinox is March 20th.
Look at you.
Uh-huh.
That's my brother's birthday.
Great that you know that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, the 20th. I was correct.
All of the things that happened this season didn't happen.
Yeah, it's weird. But I mean,
To be fair, I am nitpicking about the future because I freaking loved this episode, and last night couldn't sleep because I was like, what a great episode. And then laughed at myself driving over here today being like, oh man, I want to talk about the Librarians finale because it was so good. Oh, that's where I'm going.
that's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
I'm in the same boat that I'm kind of sad that we didn't get all these things because, like I said, I feel like it brought our librarians closer. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I feel like because now that they're tethered, I feel like now we will have more adventures of just the three of them. Does that make sense?
Without Baird and Flynn because they're stuck in the library?
I mean, like that's why that was my question, because I feel like now they have to use the mirrors or TVs
I think,
with Baird and Flynn now.
I think Baird still goes out with them.
Yeah, because she's a guardian.
Right.
But Flynn will be, I'm in
the
TV and the mirrors.
Yeah, he'll be popping up everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean, or there might be just times where Baird's like, I just want to stay here. You guys got this, right? The three of you, you'll be okay.
I mean, they will be okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm in this weird bittersweet moment of like, I'm really happy that we're crossing my fingers that when we get a season 5 that we're going to be doing something completely different now, because the fact that the librarians have no idea what's happening, but the two people who originally started are like, yeah, we totally know what's going on. Or the fact of us trying to, whoa.
Sorry, I just remembered something.
Okay, I'll finish my thought very quickly.
No, I'll write it down. Go on.
Okay, and or the fact that maybe Baird and Flynn will be doing more like more life-threatening things because the fact that they're kind of not. I'm not saying that they're more important, but that they can handle.
They're mortal.
Yeah, so they can do more dangerous things, and the librarians, even though I'm not saying that they should stay in the library, but they can handle smaller things to get better as a team. So it's kind of like, here's some team building missions. We're gonna do the other stuff because we can't die.
I mean, they can
but
die.
yeah, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. The thought that I remembered was that
please.
John Noble's still alive.
Yes, which is nice.
Which means that he could come back and be the villain at some point.
That would also be great.
I mean,
would like that
or
very
he could
much.
be a good guy.
Either way, I just want John Noble in more things.
Always.
Always.
What an amazing season.
Yeah.
That they will never remember happened.
I mean, TV does this quite a bit, especially in sci-fi, where it's like, oh, look at all these events that happened. You died, I died, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're back in time, back to the beginning, and I don't remember anything. Oh, well, coffee? I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah, so I feel like it's one of those things that TV does.
Yes, I just don't want it to go unnoticed.
Yeah, no, and because you and I watch so much TV, it's kind of like, okay, all right.
We'll notice that it's unnoticed.
Yeah, and we'll just put a pin in that for later.
This has been a brilliant season. I loved this finale. I love the way Dean directed it.
So cool.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined us. Alexis, because people will want to keep up with you between now and next season around Christmas time. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me all over social media at ATORIS890. I am doing 2 other after shows here on AfterBuzz TV, so if you still love TV and want to watch, you can come find me here. I'm doing the Lethal Weapon shows on TV. On Tuesdays. I'm tired.
Words?
Tuesday. Words, what are they? They're gone. On Tuesdays at 8 p.m. I don't think we have an episode next week, but we're still working that out, so I'll let you know. Stay
We're going
updated
to
on my
cover
Twitter.
this week's next week.
Yes, there it is. And then we have Supernatural on Sunday, so definitely don't forget that. Don't forget to follow me on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ps890, and go check out that Nerdist episode that I was on called Fangirling. It's awesome. You should check it out.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm Yell Teagle. I currently do not have an after show after this one, but a much beloved show may be returning. Nope. All right. I thought it would just hit every time I paused.
Every single time you pause.
Yeah. So a much beloved show may be returning, so keep an eye out for that.
Yay.
I will announce it on my Twitter at Yell Teagle. That's YAELTYGIEL. All of the letters, you're welcome.
Alphabet
Thank you for joining us here on the Librarians After Show. We'll miss you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.